In the last class, we have been discussing Atma Vinigraha. So, Atma Vinigraha we translated as self-discipline. Whereas very nicely, Adi Shankaracharya highlights that so here Atma Vinigraha means Atmanaha Vinigraha. So when you say Atmanaha Vinigraha, so one need to withdraw from what? From Atma. So what does you mean by the word Atma? It's very nice, okay? So here Atma Sabda, the word Atma. So what is that? Karya Karana Sanghatasya Vinigraha iti. So he uses this word that is called Atma. So which is being talked as body, mind, sense complex. And interestingly, here Atma Vinigraha, Atmanaha Apakarasya Vinigraha iti. So if you observe this body, mind, sense complex, Swabhavena eva, naturally, what they do, Sarvatah Pravutasya. So what do they do? They are being engaged everywhere naturally. And when they are being engaged naturally, so here one need to withdraw from them and making them get engaged in Sanmarge. So the marga, the path that leads to Sat, the existence, the truth, ityarthaha. And this nirodhaha iti called Atma Vinigraha. So in short, called self-discipline. So it highlights very carefully that my body-mind complex is naturally dragged towards many things. Whether it is useful for me or not, whether it is helpful for me or not, whether it is healthy for me or not, which I do not know, neither I want to analyze. And when I start analyzing, I do differently. Let me share one beautiful story. Today, in fact, I was going through this story, so let me share this. A person goes to his teacher and says, look, I don't know how to look at myself. Always I find out something differently about me, but I feel it is not sufficient. So will you please guide me how to look at myself? And of course the Guru said, don't worry. You can tell me one of your bad habit so that I can guide you to look at yourself. And the person answers that, look, when I try to help others, I don't know what is to be done. And moreover, that I can't handle the situation. That time Guru smiled, said, look, whatever you said, you did not say bad habit of you. You highlighted good habit of you. Hey, I wanted to know what is your bad habit, not good habit. Do one thing. Now you go to a person who criticizes you, who is critical of you. And when you go to a person who is critical of you, And whatever that person says, you listen to it, reflect to it. If that reflection creates worries and anxieties, those words penetrates in you, that means that is you. So this is called self-reflection. And this Atma Vinigraha can happen when there is self-reflection. And interestingly, self-reflection is exactly like looking at mirror. Observe yourself this point. Self-reflection is exactly looking at mirror. When you look at your mirror, that too leisurely, how do you look at? If you consider that you are beautiful or handsome, only you will look at this beautiful or handsome aspect of yourself. Have you not observed? Child goes, boy child, okay, with the muscles. Girl child with lipsticks. Because which aspect the child relates comfortable, only that aspects being seen through a mirror. At the same time, suppose you have some type of, let us say, spot, disease or whatever. You don't like one spot to be here, that spot is here. What will you do? So in the mirror, which spot will come to you first? In fact, in the mirror, you will never see the face. Only you will try to say, oh, today is good. Oh, no, bad. Oh, it has become more. What to do, what not to do. Can you see this point? So the self-reflection, even though mirror reflects you as supposed to, as it is, but you see the reflection entirely differently. So that's why Atma Vinigraha is one of the most important aspects, that learning to withdraw whenever and wherever is required. That's why we say that a tortoise is a kurma. The tortoise knows how to withdraw. In fact, until and unless tortoise finds out or senses that I am safe, will never come out. All the limbs will be withdrawn very quickly, spontaneously. So that is indeed called Atma Vinigraha. Now, next one, it says, Indriyartheshu Vairagyam iti. So, Vairagyam, as you know, Raga Viraga Tasya Bhava Vairagya iti. So, if we look at this Viraga Bhava Vairagyam, if we observe that whatever we experience, whether it is good or bad, whether it is healthy or unhealthy, anything that we experience, it leaves behind an impression. It's like when you put any dress, you pass by the area, whether it is a pregnant area or bad smell area like fish market or rose market. You will discover after passing by, even though physically your shirt is not dirty, your dress is not dirty, but if you are carefully start smelling your dress, you will find some impression of either fish or the flower based on where you have passed by. But physically clean. But the fragrance, the odor over there also creates some type of impression, some type of superimposition is there, and which you can feel. Many people cannot find out, okay? They will stink, but they'll say, no, I don't smell. That's another level, okay? However, here we say how the dress can observe the surrounding, not only observes also. What to talk of mind. So mind, and including here all sense organs, do not only observe, while observing observes the gunas of padarthas, gunas of objects. That's why wherever you are, those objects will definitely have deep impact in your sense organs and mind too. I remember very popular example that we give traditionally. A lady who was selling fish regularly passes by. One day, suddenly this cyclone came, hurricane came, did not know what to do, then had to take a shelter in one place. And that place was none other than a person who sells flowers. Now what to do? So now evening started raining, and the lady was feeling uncomfortable, kept this fish thing, whatever, outside, because it's a flowers, why to spoil the house. Then stayed there. So when night came, because there is no other choice to go out, continuously going on, then the house owner said, you better stay here, don't worry. And the lady lied down to sleep, but was not able to sleep. So why was not able to sleep? Because nice fragrance. The lady is always acquainted with the fish smell. Now when jasmine, rose and different flowers fragrance is there, the lady is not able to sleep. Now doing this side, that side, and of course owner could understand. Asked, don't worry, bring your things, without knowing that because of this thought, maybe because valuable things has kept outside, maybe feeling uncomfortable. Bring that inside and sleep. Now moment the lady hears this, goes out, brings that whatever, that smell, keeps next to her and happily snores. This is a traditional example we give, and there are many psychological examples we all have. Let us not get into that. So in short, that when my sense organs come across any sense objects, leaves behind some type of impression. So that impression can be raga, can be dvesha. And today what is raga? Raga means that I like, I am fascinated, I am attracted. And opposite is dvesha, I don't like, I hate. And interestingly, what I like today, what is ragam, need not be ragam all the time. Tomorrow it can be dvesham. Or today whatever is dvesham, need not be dvesham, tomorrow it can be ragam too. That's why PujyaSwami used to say, I love you, later on I allow you. In Italian language we say what? Amore, Amara. It's not Italian, it is Sicilian, okay? So in every language we do have this sort of expressions. So in short, when I come across different situations, whether people related to situation, people or object, it creates some type of impression in me. Now, how I filter that impression, that is most important aspect. And if I do not follow the previous values called Atma Vinigraha, then what will happen? My filtering capacity definitely will be, let us say, supported by my discipline. So the way I am, accordingly, my informations will be addressed. And that's what here he highlights. Indriyartheshu Vairagyam. So let there be viraga bhava. So that means I do not give that much credit, that much value to the impression that is left behind. Because whatever is good, I consider is not good all the time. In fact, when we were studying in universities, choosing one faculty, we were so thrilled. Wow, I have chosen the best university, best faculty, best. After passing out, what you say? I wasted my time there. The first job, first love. Hey, don't smile, okay? I can catch all of you, okay? So everything first. What happens? You know better. So in short, that my sense organs keeps moving based on impressions. That's why what I do, I keep, or I feel like keep doing. And the best example would be driving. When you are driving your vehicle in a certain road regularly, and suddenly you discover there is another road has come which is shortcut. Now tell me, by default, which road will you use? You will use the regular road. You will say, no, I know that road is better, okay? I am acquainted with it. Unless you depend upon this nowadays navigations, different tools, different apps. So how that happens? So here he says, what is to be done? Here nothing to bother, but developing dispassion. Vairagya means dispassion. That means I am not attaching my points, my insecurity to the objects that I have perceived through my sense organs. So that's why dispassion with reference to sense objects. Because sometimes what I hear, what I see, including what I feel, need not be true. The best example is what? Palm. So your eye says what? It is clean. Is it really clean? So dirty. In fact, if you smell, you will understand. The earth is flat. Is it flat? There are many examples we all have that what we see need not be true. What we listen to need not be. What we, taste or smell need not be. So in short, let me learn to observe and create a gap between me and sense objects. So learning to create a gap will help me to develop Vairagyam. And more that gap comes, and that gap does not create any pressure in me, where sometimes you create gap but it creates pressure, okay? Physically you create a gap but mentally you are closer. That is also not healthy in long run, but in the beginning you need to do that. Then resolve. Not that you create gap, then after that it's like people do fasting, okay? We have Ekadasi fasting. And in Ekadasi, I don't know where from it comes. First time in my life, like especially coming from Odisha, I never knew Phalahara. Phalahara means, literal translation, taking aharam means food as fruits. So Phalaharam, this fruit word, phalam, has got different meaning. I never knew it. So in Odisha, Phalahara means real only fruits they will give, nothing they will give, okay? And sometimes they do it, I don't want to say. If you ask for fruits, based on the caste and many other factors, they will just hand over fruits, nothing else. And one knife. It is up to you to cut. They will not cut as per the rule. That's why very conveniently they give the banana so that nothing to be given, okay? That's called Phalahara. You do whatever you want. So first time, when I don't want to say the place and other things, I came to know Ekadasi day Phalahara. So I said, no, I don't want. Because Phalahara with some fruits and that too banana, sorry. But I discovered Phalahara is a change of diet. You cannot think of. So after doing this Phalahara Ekadasi, they will do Dwadasi Parayana. Dwadasi, not Parayana, Parana. So there will be different, Vyanjanas, different type of foods. Because you have to break the fasting. Na? Hey, when did you fast? Then somebody said, don't you say that you breakfast you are having? So also, I said, okay, because these people introduced the word breakfast, but I did not want. We didn't have this breakfast concept actually. Honestly speaking, breakfast is not required for the body. If you ask me personally, breakfast is not required at all for the body. However, that is not my topic today. So topic is here, how this Ekadasi, Dwadasi being created a fasting and feasting day, okay? That's why we say proudly, when there is no food, that day is my Ekadasi. When there is food, all other days is called Dwadasi, feasting, okay? There is no third things in life. That is called attitude we have. So here he says, Indriyartheshu Vairagyam. So developing Vairagyam, cultivating Vairagyam, not practicing. Or you can say learning to create a space between the sense object and sense organs without any pressure, without creating any pressure. Whereas if you allow the pressure to build up knowingly or unknowingly, then you will go for Dwadasi. Then if you do Dwadasi, then what is the purpose of Ekadashi? You understand? So managing that is the most important thing. But you may say it's not that easy. Because how can I do that? That's why the next line says, Anahankara evaja. This can be possible when I start looking at my ahankara. So that means that anywhere and everywhere, this ahankara bhava iti anahankara. So ahankara abhava. So the absence of anahankara means ahankara abhava iti. Absence of my ego. Why? Of course, we will see later on. After one more, this is called that asakti. But he says in between, why this and how this happens. Let us look at this very carefully. As you know, that person is important to me. That object is important to me. That situation or place is important to me. Not the place or person or situation is important, because that person or object is related to me and I feel important. If I don't feel any importance with reference to a place, object, situation or by that person, will I give importance to that person, situation or object? I'll give you a beautiful example, live example recently, 2 days back. In Odisha, one officer was caught by this crime branch people. And they have got just some 460,000 euro cash. Indian rupees, okay? Okay, just 4 crores 62 lakhs, okay? For Indian people only. After that, don't ask me further, okay? And interestingly, this is the point I wanted to highlight. When the officers went to his house, is this house of so and so? They showed the photo. Is your husband? The woman says, no, he's not my husband. She declared, no, denied, no. And to catch what they did, they called her number, okay? They have got all the data. Then this telephone started ringing, her telephone, she could have switched off. Had she switched off, it would have taken longer time, okay? Then cut. So coming back, this much I want to take example because I am not critical of them, because that is law will take care of them. That is their problem, not our problem. Point is here. The wife could say that he is not my husband. That line I want to take, not more than that. Why? Because it is a problem now. Suppose husband is getting one award, Padma Shri award. So reporters come or officials come, hey look, is this your husband? Of course I am not your husband, I am his wife, only wife, okay? How this happens? So that is what is being highlighted here, that ahankara ahankara means ego. What is that? We'll be seeing in details, of course. Plays role everywhere. Means I want my presence everywhere. If I feel I am not present, that means what? I am no more interested in anything. That's why we say very carefully in Vedanta class especially, and Kathas of course more, people sleep because we say very casually, we say Nidra Devi comes in, okay? Just to make a joke. Do you know why? Because in the class, when your ahankara does not stay for a long time, you have shut down what is happening, let it be. Then what happens? You sleep. That's why I am asking all of you to keep your video on. Because I don't know what you'll do. And the worst part you'll do, I'm just talking, you'll pause and go away, okay? So poor Swami is keeping the mouth open. Then after that, when because life going on, over. So in short, I need to look at my ahankara. And how this ahankara becomes stronger. And how it functions, that we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.